Hello, everybody joining us virtually. My name is Luca. I'm a team member at the Alchemist Kitchen, and we are here with Carter and Justine, who are team members of Monfifo. Justine is our founder, so she's going to be giving us a little happy hour Q&A, and I have a cute little mocktail if you're sipping from at home. Mine's a ginger turmeric actually, but not Monfifo. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it. But I do love Monfifo, and I'm going to link it in the channel description so you guys can all order your own. I'm going to hand it off to Carter.
Amazing.
Let me just spotlight the two of them. All right.
Cool. Hi, guys. How are you? My name is Carter. I work within marketing and partnerships at Monfifo with Justine, and we're super excited to get to chat with you guys today. Just introduce Justine and more about Monfifo and go from there. So Justine, you want to just introduce yourself a little bit, who you are, what you do, what you're up to?
Hey, my name is Justine. I'm the founder of Monfifo. I am a wellness activist. And yeah, I'm sitting here in Jersey today in my mom's house.
Amazing. Well, do you want to kind of talk about how Monfifo started and sort of how that all came to fruition, a little bit more about your roots, your childhood, how you sort of got all inspired about wellness?
Yeah, well, I'm Polish, and my mom always introduced me to natural remedies growing up. I feel so fortunate. She was always like, as like a little girl, I was like running around naked, like singing like Hare Krishna. You know? Um, yeah, and got me really early in age into like Reiki healing and the power of energy healing work as well, and with food. And for me, whenever I was like feeling sick, I would always just drink lots of ginger tea, and it always made me feel great immediately. That's all I would do when I would be sick, was just have a little bit of ginger tea with lemon and honey, like 10 cups of it. Yeah, and that was it. And so for me, I've always been down this journey of curiosity about plants and food and how they can be so nourishing and healing. And for me, I studied psychology in college, and in psychology, I really learned a lot about medicine. And in some cases it can be really good for some people and really helpful, but in many times it also masks a lot of like what the real issue is. And for me, that was really, and then it creates another issue, and then you need medicine for that. And so for me, it really just made sense to kind of go down more of this preventative mindset and how to kind of help with food and things that are more natural, that can be really more aligned with the body and the spirit. And so yeah, then I worked on organic farms, and when I was working on this organic farm in Hawaii, I got this idea that I was going to make a beverage. And then I went back home to Brooklyn, and in a very naive manner, I made a product and I sold it to the deli, and it did really well. And then I started selling it, to a few other local bodegas, slowly got a production space. And then now we've grown to continuing our manufacturing in Brooklyn, and we've grown to become a nationwide brand, which has been beautiful.
Yeah, such a beautiful journey from the beginning and all of that inspiration. And obviously, the ethos, the mission has been the same all throughout. So would love to have you sort of dive deeper into that and the philosophy behind Monfifo so people can get more gauge about what that looks like.
I would actually say that the ethos has really developed with time. It definitely always was within me, but as I started to understand more about the brand and about myself and about our planet, it really all kind of made sense. And it's just kind of more of this conscious awareness, especially as being a manufacturer. In this industry, there is a lot of consumption, and it's about how do we create a product in the most conscious way, with making sure that there is as little waste as possible, that there is as little impact, as possible in the way that we manufacture it, and what can we be supporting? What do we want to be doing as a brand that supports our mission? And so also throughout my journey, I really believe in the healing power and of ginger and turmeric and what it can do for your body. But I also was running a business that would be very stressful. And so I would feel like I wasn't really fully absorbing all of the nutrients and feeling like my best self. And so it's really important, along with our mission, to really understand the mind, body, and spirit connection. So we may be a beverage brand, but there's so much more beyond that as well that I want to be able to incorporate as in our mission of just conscious awareness, in terms of connecting to your spirit and what that means and how we can all get there, in our different path.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And obviously within that, as you're talking about sustainability, you touched on a little bit, within our processes of being as conscious and aware as possible. Do you want to chat a little bit more about what our process is like with, creating our products?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we source our products from, in particular, our ginger from a farm in Peru. It's about 6 hours north of Lima. And what's beautiful about this farm is it actually works with a lot of other smaller farmers. So about 400 other farmers produce about 60% of the produce. And they teach these farmers about organic farming and have them become certified organic, which is really beautiful because it's really great for the farmer to not be working with pesticides. And it's also really great for our soil as well, and our planet. And so, so we get all this fresh, beautiful produce, and then we bring it into our factory in Brooklyn, New York. And we have a really amazing, solid team that cold presses these roots. So we clean these roots. And then we have this hydraulic cold press that takes the product, grinds it, presses it, and then creates this beautiful juice. Then we bottle it up, and then we sell it from there. And that's pretty much our journey that we go through with the product. So it's from the roots to the bottle.
Amazing. Yeah. And obviously throughout that process, it really, elevates the quality and the potency, and really allows for those simple ingredients to, really elevate and shine. Do you want to chat a little bit more about the potency, the quality, all those elements about our cold pressed beverages?
Mm-hmm. So our shots, in particular for me, have a really high potency. I feel like if you're going to be drinking a shot, you really want it to be the real deal. And so our ginger shots have over 4,000 milligrams of fresh organic ginger, and our turmeric have over 2,000 milligrams. So the turmeric is more, both of them actually is more that it's like the daily dose of what you need, which is really lovely for the body. And yeah, they're, all organic, certified organic, made in house, and really, really potent quantities, which is also, it may be a little crazy of me, but I also do think that there's something to say about the energy frequency of when making a product. This may even go beyond our time, but when you're making a product and you're not really there, you're in a negative mind space, it really does affect our food. And we can really find that from Dr. Emoto, who studied water crystals and studied that when you have a positive thought, the vibration of the liquid changes in its crystal form into something so much more beautiful. And I find that when our production team feels really aligned and feels really good, the product also becomes a lot smoother, and it's a lot more, it's just, you can actually taste it in the food. And again, this is nothing that has really been fully scientifically understood except by a few people like Dr. Emoto. But I do think that there's something to say in the way that we make our product and the way that we feel as a team, as well. So
definitely. Yeah. So many layers go into the nourishment of the products. And I think one, other element of that as well that we always chat about and try to create from is, the versatility that comes from that high quality and that high potency and those simple ingredients. So what are your favorite ways to enjoy your Monfifo ginger and turmeric shots?
Many ways. I've as a ginger tea. Especially when I'm in New York or in this cold weather, I have it like once or twice a day. I just put like a little bit of the ginger shot with some warm water. It's incredible. If I ever feel a little tickle in my throat, I add a little more honey and an oil of oregano. When I'm in LA and it's a sunny day, I love combining the ginger and turmeric shot with some sparkling water and some passion fruit. That drink is just crazy.
Yum.
It is so good. Sometimes I would play around with some Udo's oil, which is high in omega fats. I'll throw that in there. That's a really nice way to have it. Or if it's like more evening time, I throw in some mezcal in there, and that is like unbelievable. Also, I've been really into Negronis lately, and a turmeric Negroni is really nice. But I would say for the most part, just easy peasy, the ginger shot with some sparkling water is just great.
Yeah, definitely.
With it. You can't forget, like putting it in
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
curry, even in like a pie recipe, just cooking with it is just, I've been really into Korean like food lately, like cooking, and just putting a splash of that. Carter, you got to try it.
I do. I know, like almost a little dressing of it. That's so yummy.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've definitely been making a lot of soups, a lot of broths. It goes into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously right now for everyone who's, partaking in dry January, and we always get requests of this, even when it's not, a month dedicated around sobriety. But I think so many more people are so much more sober curious now, or just trying to find that balance within their day to day. And, we've gotten to create some fun mocktail recipes recently, but what are your favorites? Everything from, some of these really fun and unique ones, just to a simple go-to on an evening after work.
Yeah, I find that people who are doing dry January do still want that feeling of just being able to kind of like relax, but it not alcohol. I one of the most insane drinks is this drink I had once up in Nevada City, and it's a kava drink. Do you guys know kava?
Yeah.
Kava fruit. I've only had it. Well, I haven't only had it, but I know that it comes. It grows in Hawaii, and it's very popular there, and it's very relaxing for the body. And so there's this drink, and it's got like it's kind of like a pineapple probiotic mixed with ginger and kava, and that's like you never need alcohol again.
Yeah. You're so chilled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree though. I think there's a lot to be said for that like emotional sense of, why you reach for a drink, or, wanting to wind down or feel a little buzz in a social setting. So it's nice to, have different things in those different places. And I think even, one point we chat about as well is just something as simple as a ginger tea in the evening too, is just another way to sort of reframe what that can look like.
Yeah. Is there anything that you have with Monfifo as a dry January, Carter?
I do sparkling water with both of them mixed a lot. Obviously, passion fruit is my favorite as well, but any sort of like fresh, squeezed juices. We have so much citrus right now. So even just, there's so many oranges and lemons and limes, and just sort of playing around with what I have on hand or what looks really yummy at the farmer's market.
What's really nice is when it is passion fruit season to just get all of them and freeze them, because they last for a while, and then you got passion fruit for days.
Wow, I didn't even know. Okay. Amazing. And then, sort of we touched on broths and soups and everything earlier too, but would love to kind of touch on why ginger and turmeric are so important, to be enjoying right now in this winter season, and in terms of immunity and again, just really nourishing that body from within.
Yeah, I mean, ginger has been a staple for thousands of years for its immune boosting properties. It also really warms the body, which is great from the inside. And it's a different type of warmth than like something spicy like jalapenos that are more in the nasal area, but it really goes down and warms the body in a very substantial way, which is great for the cold weather. And really great for, the body. When you study like traditional Chinese medicine, it's during these times when you need more warmth, especially in the mornings. So it's really nice. A lot of people drink ginger tea in the evening because it's really good for the digestive system, but in the morning in particular, and the first thing you drink, rather than it being something cold, ginger is really great. And it also just really helps kind of move the body to where it needs to be, where things happen. It really helps with circulation, which is so important for the body. And finally, I mean, turmeric is just the sister root that is just so great for inflammation. And so many people really have a lot of inflammation issues that are, cause, a lot of ailments in the body are as a result of inflammation. And many people experience it, though we may not see it within the body. And so turmeric is just a constant way to kind of help reduce that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And obviously earlier we were also talking about, the mind body connection, and then spirit on top of that as well. So again, in this winter season where we're really like turning inward, going a little bit deeper, taking time for ourselves, what are some of your like favorite rituals, whether you do them every winter or you're just really dropping into them this year?
Yeah, I was thinking about my ritual this morning, and I don't know if it'll ever leave me. I kind of feel like it's here to stay. And I feel like it's kind of cheesy and funny to say, but I really think it's changed my life in many ways. Um, so many of us can experience anxiety, especially now with so much unknown, so much anxiety
Yeah.
and fear. I feel like ritual is so important more than ever. It helps create a structure, and some may think of structure as limitation, but it's actually the opposite. It actually really sets you free. And so for me, I wake up early every morning and I journal. There's something really beautiful about writing and just letting it all out, all of these
Yeah.
thoughts. Even if there's really nothing, sometimes there's nothing to write. I'm just like, journaling, meditating, and reading. Those are three things that have been really grounding for me. Reading is great because I'm constantly learning, and that just opens up the door to creativity for me. And meditation
Yeah.
helps bring in that presence. And again, I can't emphasize it enough. That's what really works for me, and everybody has their own path. As I'm sure all of you guys have your own thing that works for you, but that's been just killer for me.
Yeah, it's nice to have all those, elements that are layering on top of each other for that like cumulative growth, but also, having that balance within. But I know we've been chatting about reading a lot. What has been your favorite book or some of your favorite books that you've been reading recently?
Okay. Well, I actually got the book that you told me
You
about.
did good.
I started reading that along with two other books. So I got three.
Wow.
One of the ones that really stands out for me is When Things Fall Apart by, I'm going to butcher her name, but by Pema Chodron.
Mhm.
That book is just really a really beautiful Buddhist book. I highly recommend it. Yeah. I
Amazing.
It's just, I think everybody should have it.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice to feel that connection to things that you're learning about and reading.
Yeah, and I've also been reading about the Enneagram. I've been really studying the Enneagram and what that means. That's
Mm.
me too.
Amazing. And I think this flows into a really nice question, which is, what does wellness mean to you? I know this is something that we're really trying to, infuse into all of our conversations with people that we're having, because, connecting to the point you were making earlier, it looks so different for everyone. But I think it's really nice for people to get introduced to new ideas or new meanings of what that can look like.
I think it changes every day for me. But the first thing that really comes to my mind lately that I've been doing is it's been really walking down this path that's in the middle. It's not too, as an entrepreneur, there's such highs and there's such lows and there's such extremes. And then there's judgments on things, this is really good, this is not good, this is that.
Right.
And it's about, for me lately, kind of walking down this path and just kind of not judging things for what they are and just letting it be as it is. And do you know what I mean? And that's been really something that's been feeling very true to me. It just is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and what wellness is for me. I feel like wellness lately for me has been more of this spiritual path, more of this inward path versus it being, an outward approach. I've always lived a very, my whole life has just been very holistic in terms of food and exercise for the body. So that's not something I really need to be focusing on because that's just an obvious in my life, but it's more of this path of walking down the middle.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think it is really nice for people to hear too that looks different, even for you day to day, hour to hour, based on sort of what you're experiencing in your everyday.
What does wellness mean to you, Carter?
For me, I would definitely say that I'm in that same space of really feeling that spiritual element of wellness right now. My initial connection to wellness was always food and nutrition. As that first dip into like what that can look like and how to really open up the space of living holistically. But I think there's just so much to say for like intention and presence being the core to everything. I mean, this is something we talk about all the time. You can be eating all the right things, doing all the right things, but if you're not really tapping in within yourself, it's not feeling the same way in your body and you're not moving in that forward direction that you could be. So I think, again, and just with winter as a whole, there's so much more time to just sort of like sit with yourself and really try to ground into what it means to like be in this moment. Because so often I'm like reflecting on the past, looking to the future. And I think when we're just right here, really rooted and intention, that for me is really when I feel most aligned with my well-being.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's always a journey, as we always talk about. You're sort of always going, within balance. It's a continual thing. And then the last thing I want to ask before we open up the floor is what's really, really exciting you right now? And then sort of from there, what's coming up in the Monfifo world to share with everybody?
Okay, what's exciting me on a personal level?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well, I feel like on a superficial level, going to Mexico really soon excites me.
Yeah.
And I love traveling. But on a deeper note, really my spiritual practice, my ritual has been so exciting. I've been having every day things are constantly unfolding and there's becoming a new awareness. And that awareness is so cool. And the dreams that I'm having and these thoughts and the presence that I have with myself, it's like the best gift I could ever give. So that's been really cool. And then for Monfifo, there's a lot to be excited for Monfifo.
Love it.
Yeah, we're gonna be and I actually had a dream about this, which I didn't tell you, Carter, because it was about developing a lot of new products. For many years, 2 shots, the ginger shot and the turmeric shot. And I feel really aligned now that our product now that our mission is really strongly rooted and our team, and we have a really great foundation, and the way that we create our products is very conscious, and in the packaging that we put it in is very conscious and aware, I feel really good about having these deep this deep foundation and being able to truly flourish. And so in a couple of months, we're going to be launching a new SKU and hopefully many more in the next year. So yeah, that's what I'm really excited about in the world of Monfifo, and just kind of growing our team and continuously emphasizing, our curiosity about wellness through creating really beautiful products.
Amazing. So many exciting things coming.
Mm. Yeah, thank you, Carter. Thanks for.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much. I have one random question from the Alchemist Kitchen, because we really love that you're really involved with the farming process. Can you talk a little more about that? Have you been to Peru, or have you seen the farming, or what was your first experience on a farm? How did it grow?
I mean, my first like real deep experience on a farm was when I was in college and I was working in the south of France, and it was I remember going there and there was like no service, no nothing. There was just like rocks to play with. It was like, but I had such a beautiful journey of really learning about organic farming and being able to like listen to the plants. So it really started there. In regards to the farm in Peru, I've been working with the same farmer since the beginning of time. And every time I try to go to Peru, the trip gets canceled, and then COVID happened, and then, continuously has been getting canceled. But I'm really hoping in 2022, I can finally go there. I've met the farmers. They've come to New York a few times. But I hope that very soon I will go there.
Thank you so much, Justine and Carter, for a really lovely interview. And we are going to make sure that the links below have links to Justine's handle, the Monfifo handle, how to buy through us, how to buy from their website. So thank you both.
Thank you, Luca. It's been really nice seeing you, and thanks for carrying our product. I really love the Alchemist Kitchen. I've been going to you guys when you used to be like on near First and First. So it's a really great spot, and you guys do awesome things. So thank you for having me.